Hello and welcome. You're watching Hit the Streets with me, Steve G. This is a YouTube channel dedicated towards all things street photography. What we're going to do right now is have a look back at Monday's Street Photography Point of View video, which was recorded in Tourist Central itself, Piccadilly Circus, and we're going to choose a couple of images from that and talk about why I like them and why I think they work. Right after this. So this past Monday, I ventured into the belly of the beast, Tourist Central, Piccadilly Circus, somewhere that's really low on my list of priorities when it comes to street photography. Why did I go there? No idea. Maybe it was to get out of my comfort zone, maybe it was to push myself a little bit. Ordinarily, when I'm around that area, I sometimes struggle to find a unique perspective, something interesting happening that's a little bit out of the normal. Sometimes when you go to areas like this and you're shooting street, outside of the street performers, it is really just tourists. There's no one else that's particularly interesting to look at. It's not like Shoreditch, it's not like Brick Lane where you have all sorts of crazy and wonderful characters to shoot. Really, it's just a whole bunch of tourists with selfie sticks. And sometimes you can make that look pretty good too, but this really wasn't one of those moments, and it wasn't really what I was searching for. The video itself started off with a little bit of a revamped intro sequence, just to bring to life a little bit of the atmosphere of where I'm shooting my street photos. If that's something that you really liked seeing, do hit the thumbs up in this video and do let me know in the comments that that is something that you want to see continued. The next couple of videos really just get better and better in regards to that. But yeah, do show that support down in the comments section. The video itself started off a little bit slow, until a few minutes in when I caught a really elaborately dressed character crossing a crosswalk with who I'm assuming was her boyfriend. As they crossed the crosswalk towards me, I just happened to be on my knees at the same time and managed just to pull off that quick snap of the two of them as they crossed the road towards me. I'll put it into color here and black and white so you can see some of the more elaborate details of what she's wearing. Which one do you prefer? Do you prefer color or the black and white? Let me know in the comments section below. So let's talk about another two photos, the first of which I believe may be my favorite street photo of all time. There's a number of factors that go into making this next photo my favorite. And it's the photo of the kid just outside Burger King with his Burger King crown on his face and his thug life style sweater, which just does not look like it gels with his personality. You've also got things like the Burger King sign appearing in the background, which gels with that paper crown that he's wearing. And then on top of that, the fact that he almost looks directly into the lens of the camera. And the fact that I'm shooting from the hip and giving it that odd upward angle just to get the sign and everything in there, just gels all these little elements together to make what I feel is a pretty awesome photo. I then started venturing down towards Charing Cross Station, and I came across this delivery driver who was carrying packages into a hotel that were stacked almost taller than his head. And he did this a couple of times, and I missed the photo opportunity the first couple of times. But when I saw him go back to the van for a third time, I knew that I was just going to camp out in the perfect position and wait for him almost to cross overhead so that it looks like I'm right down at his feet. What I think is interesting about it compositionally, in addition to the fact that I'm really low on the ground looking up at him, is that the angle gives the boxes this impression that they can't even fit within the frame, that they're almost towering outside of the frame, that they could go on for another several boxes still. And I really like how it leaves the viewer with the impression that they may even teeter over at any minute, and I've just caught them at a really good time. Just to wrap this session up, I actually went down by what I believe is the National Theatre. It's a beautiful building in and of itself, and there's a nice little plaza at the top of some stairs just outside there. And I did what I don't normally do with some of these POVs. I lingered in that area for a couple of minutes, and I got a couple of really nice snaps. But the real clincher came towards the end of the video. I believe it's the final photo in the video, where I was able to spot a young couple who were kissing, Obviously a very sensual, very private moment shot from the outside in a very candid way like that. It's just a really, really nice way to tell that what is quite an intimate story. So on top of all of that, on top of the new intro to the video, you may also have noticed that the actual point of view is so much more steady. It's thanks to two things. The first of which is this swanky new Doodah. Doodah, it's a very technical term. It's basically a mount for my GoPro. Couple that, you're gonna like this one. Wait a minute. With my brand spanking new GoPro Hero 7, not a sponsor. This guy's an absolute savior when it comes to making some of these street photo POVs even more watchable and even more technically proficient than what they were already. It's got an awesome sort of Steadicam gimbal-like feature in it, which just makes everything much more steady. It shoots at 60 frames a second as opposed to my previous GoPro's 30. So what you end up with is a much more sort of steadier, more considered image where you can really see what's going on. The previous POVs obviously went out in black and white, which was a really interesting experiment because it actually meant that what you were looking at was closer to the images that were appearing on screen. But I've tested this with a couple of people now, and the general consensus is that color's much better, simply because it allows you to discern shapes and people and figures and things like that a lot faster, and you're able to almost frame up what I'm going to photograph in your head a little bit easier as I approach any potential subjects. So yeah, let me know if that's a welcome change or if you preferred seeing the POVs in black and white. Just leave a note in the comments section and let me know either way. What I would also say, guys, is thank you very, very much for subscribing. Thank you for coming back from this channel. The technical quality, the creative quality of everything is just going to get better from here. So encourage your friends to subscribe, and if you haven't done it yet, hit that subscribe button. And do smash that thumbs up button too. It makes all the difference to YouTube, and YouTube's going to seed out this video a little bit more to people who may get something out of it. So I think that's everything from me until Monday's POV, which is based in Covent Garden. There were some great photos captured on that session and some really nice photo opportunities, so you really don't want to miss that. So get out, hit the streets this weekend, and take your cameras with you.